In the realm of Flutter development, building dynamic and responsive user interfaces is paramount. As applications grow in complexity, managing the state of our widgets becomes increasingly crucial. State, in the context of Flutter, refers to the data or information that determines the appearance and behavior of a widget. Effective state management ensures that our UI accurately reflects any changes to this underlying data, creating a seamless user experience. Flutter provides a reactive framework that automatically rebuilds widgets when their associated state changes. While this reactivity is incredibly powerful, it can lead to performance issues if not handled carefully. Imagine a scenario where a single variable's change triggers the rebuild of the entire widget tree. This unnecessary rebuilding can result in janky animations and a sluggish user interface. To address these challenges and maintain the performance of our Flutter applications, we turn to state management solutions. State management techniques provide structured ways to store, update, and propagate state changes throughout our widget tree. By centralizing state and carefully controlling its propagation, we can optimize the rebuilding process and ensure that only the necessary widgets are updated. This essay will delve into the world of Provider, a popular and powerful state management solution in Flutter. We will explore how Provider simplifies state management, improves performance, and promotes code maintainability in our Flutter projects. As Flutter applications grow from simple prototypes to complex, feature-rich applications, the need for a robust state management solution becomes increasingly apparent. Without a structured approach to state management, developers often find themselves wrestling with several challenges. One common challenge is prop drilling, a phenomenon that occurs when state needs to be passed down through multiple layers of widgets. Even if some of those widgets don't directly use that state, this can lead to verbose and difficult to maintain code, especially as the application's complexity increases. Another challenge arises from the tight coupling between widgets and their state. When state is tightly coupled to a specific widget, it becomes difficult to share that state with other parts of the application. This lack of flexibility can hinder code reuse and make it challenging to implement features that require access to shared state. Provider emerges as a solution to these challenges by providing a simple yet powerful mechanism for managing state in Flutter applications. It allows developers to decouple state from widgets, making it easy to share state across the application without resorting to prop drilling. This separation of concerns results in more maintainable, testable, and scalable Flutter code. Provider, a state management library for Flutter, has gained immense popularity for its simplicity and effectiveness. It leverages the power of inherited widget, a Flutter mechanism for propagating data down the widget tree, to provide a streamlined approach to state management. Unlike other complex state management solutions, Provider focuses on being intuitive and easy to integrate into existing Flutter projects. At its core, Provider revolves around the concept of providers. A provider is essentially a wrapper around a piece of state, making it accessible to widgets that subscribe to it. When the state managed by a provider changes, it automatically notifies all its listeners, triggering a rebuild of the affected widgets. This reactive nature ensures that the UI stays in sync with the underlying state. The beauty of Provider lies in its simplicity. With just a few lines of code, developers can set up providers and start managing their application's state effectively. This ease of use lowers the barrier to entry for developers new to state management, making it an ideal choice for projects of all sizes. Moreover, Provider's flexibility allows it to handle various types of state, from simple values like integers and strings to complex objects and asynchronous data streams. This adaptability makes it suitable for a wide range of use cases, further solidifying its position as a versatile state management solution in the Flutter ecosystem. Inherited widget lies at the heart of Provider's state management mechanism. It provides a built-in Flutter mechanism for propagating data down the widget tree, eliminating the need for manual prop drilling. Provider leverages this powerful concept to efficiently distribute state to widgets that need it. When a provider is created, it internally uses inherited widget to make its state accessible to descendant widgets. Any widget that wants to access the provider's state can do so by using the method, specifying the type of provider it wants to access. This method searches up the widget tree until it finds the nearest ancestor provider of the specified type and returns its state. The beauty of this approach is that widgets don't need to know the exact location of the provider in the widget tree. They simply express their dependency on a specific type of provider, and provider takes care of finding the appropriate provider and providing its state. This loose coupling between widgets and providers promotes code reusability and simplifies state management. Furthermore, inherited widget optimizes the state propagation process by only rebuilding widgets that are listening to the specific provider whose state has changed. This selective rebuilding ensures that unnecessary widget rebuilds are avoided, resulting in a smoother and more performant user interface. Section 5. Performance optimization. Rebuilding widgets efficiently. Performance is a critical aspect of any mobile application, and Flutter applications are no exception. Unnecessary widget rebuilds can lead to janky animations, slow UI updates, and a degraded user experience. Provider addresses this concern by providing mechanisms to optimize widget rebuilding, ensuring that only the necessary parts of the UI are updated when state changes. One of the key performance benefits of Provider stems from its use of inherited widget. As discussed earlier, inherited widget only rebuilds widgets that are listening to the specific provider whose state has changed. This selective rebuilding prevents the entire widget tree from being rebuilt unnecessarily, significantly improving performance. Furthermore, Provider allows developers to fine-tune the rebuilding process by using the consumer widget. The consumer widget allows developers to specify which parts of a widget subtree should rebuild when a particular provider's state changes. This granular control over rebuilding ensures that only the absolutely necessary widgets are updated, further optimizing performance. By minimizing unnecessary widget rebuilds, Provider contributes to a smoother, more responsive user experience, making Flutter applications a joy to use. This focus on performance optimization aligns perfectly with Flutter's goal of creating high-quality, performant mobile applications. Section 6. Describing the different types of state that Provider supports. Provider's versatility shines through in its ability to handle different types of state, catering to a wide range of application needs. Whether dealing with simple values, complex objects, or asynchronous data streams, Provider offers suitable provider types to manage it all effectively. For simple state management scenarios such as storing a user's name or a theme preference, itself can be used directly. It acts as a generic container for any type of object, allowing developers to store and expose the state to their widgets. When dealing with state that requires change notification, comes into play. This provider type is designed to work with objects that extend Flutter's class. These objects can notify listeners when their internal state changes, triggering a rebuild of dependent widgets. For managing asynchronous operations such as fetching data from an API or performing background tasks, and prove invaluable. Handles single-value asynchronous operations while caters to continuous data streams. This diverse range of provider types ensures that developers can choose the most appropriate one for their specific state management needs, making Provider a truly versatile solution for Flutter applications. Section 7. Extending Provider's capabilities for complex scenarios. While Provider excels in its simplicity and ease of use, it doesn't shy away from handling complexity when needed. Its extensibility allows developers to adapt it to even the most intricate state management scenarios, ensuring its suitability for large-scale applications. One way to extend Provider's capabilities is by creating custom provider types tailored to specific needs. This allows developers to encapsulate complex state management logic within the provider itself, keeping the rest of the application code clean and maintainable. Another powerful feature is the ability to combine multiple providers. By nesting providers within each other, developers can create a hierarchical state management structure, separating concerns and improving code organization. This modularity is crucial for maintaining large code bases and promoting collaboration among development teams. Moreover, Provider's integration with other Flutter packages, such as and, opens up even more possibilities for state management. These integrations allow developers to leverage the strengths of different libraries while still benefiting from Provider's core functionality. This extensibility ensures that Provider remains a viable state management solution even as Flutter applications grow in size and complexity, solidifying its position as a robust and adaptable tool for Flutter developers. Section 8. Embracing separation of concerns with provider. Separation of concerns is a fundamental principle in software engineering that advocates for dividing a software system into distinct sections, each addressing a separate concern. In the context of Flutter development, this translates to separating the UI from the business logic and data management. Provider facilitates this separation by decoupling state management from the widgets themselves. By centralizing state management within Provider allows widgets to focus solely on presenting the UI and handling user interactions. Widgets no longer need to be burdened with managing their own state, leading to cleaner, more maintainable code. This separation also promotes code reusability. Since widgets are decoupled from the state they display, they can be easily reused in different parts of the application with different state sources. This modularity is crucial for building scalable and maintainable Flutter applications. Furthermore, separating state management from UI logic makes testing significantly easier. Providers can be tested independently of the widgets they serve, ensuring that state updates and logic are functioning correctly. This isolation of concerns leads to more robust and reliable Flutter applications. Section 9. Conclusion: Provider's impact on Flutter development. Provider has emerged as a transformative force in the Flutter ecosystem, simplifying state management and empowering developers to build robust, scalable, and maintainable applications. Its intuitive API, coupled with its performance optimizations and extensibility, has made it a popular choice for Flutter projects of all sizes. By leveraging the power of inherited widget, Provider seamlessly propagates state changes throughout the widget tree, eliminating the need for manual prop drilling and reducing boilerplate code. Its ability to handle various types of state, from simple values to complex objects and asynchronous data streams, makes it a versatile solution for a wide range of use cases. Furthermore, Provider's focus on performance optimization, through selective widget rebuilding and granular control over state updates, ensures that Flutter applications remain performant even as they grow in complexity. Its extensibility allows developers to adapt it to their specific needs, creating custom provider types and combining multiple providers to manage complex state scenarios. In conclusion, Provider has become an indispensable tool for Flutter developers, simplifying state management, promoting code maintainability, and ultimately contributing to the creation of high-quality, performant, and delightful mobile applications.